It's just after midnight in downtown Chicago. The streets glisten under streetlights, the hum of engines and distant sirens echoing through alleyways. A woman hurries across an intersection. Clutching her purse tightly, her phone glows in her hand as she checks the news. Another headline flashes across the screen. Asterisk crime rising in major cities. Asterisk. She walks faster. Her heart beats a little harder. But here's the twist: the story she just read isn't quite telling the whole truth. According to recent data, violent crime across America, homicides, gun assaults, robberies has actually dropped significantly in the first half of 2025. The numbers are real. Homicides are down by about 14% compared to 2019, and gun assaults have dropped by roughly 21%. So why does it still feel like our streets are more dangerous than ever? There's a widening gap. Not just between statistics and reality, but between how people see crime and what's actually happening. In a 2024 survey, 64% of Americans believed crime was increasing, even when the data clearly showed a steady decline. That's not ignorance, that's human nature. Every time people turn on the TV, scroll through social media, or open their local news app, they're flooded with fear. Carjacking caught on camera, subway stabbing in New York, gunfire erupts outside restaurant. It's not that these things aren't happening, they are, but what the news rarely shows is the trend, the slow, steady progress behind the chaos. You won't see headlines that say, violent crime in Detroit down 20% this quarter, because that doesn't keep people glued to the screen, and this is how perception becomes more powerful than truth. From coast to coast, cities that once made national headlines for spikes in violence: Baltimore, Los Angeles, Atlanta, Philadelphia, are reporting lower homicide rates than they've seen in years. Gun assaults, robberies, and even aggravated assaults are following the same pattern. Law enforcement leaders say improved community policing, new data-driven patrol strategies, and neighborhood engagement programs are making a difference. And yet, despite this progress, public fear hasn't budged. It's not just what happens, it's how people hear about it. Violent act once witnessed by a handful of people now reaches millions through viral clips. A single tragic event can dominate headlines for days, reshared, retold, rehashed until it feels like it's happening everywhere, all the time. This constant exposure triggers what psychologists call the perception gap, where fear grows faster than facts can catch up. And that fear changes everything. It changes where people live, where they shop, how they vote. It shapes policies, drives debates, and influences billions of dollars in police budgets. But perception isn't always wrong. Because while national averages tell one story, some local realities tell another. Even though violent crime is declining overall, some cities still have homicide and assault rates higher than pre-pandemic levels. In certain neighborhoods, shootings are still nightly occurrences. Families still huddle behind locked doors, listening for sirens. The fear there isn't imagined, it's lived. So, yes, the numbers are improving, but for many communities, the healing hasn't yet caught up. And that's the paradox of America right now. We are safer than we were 5 years ago, but we feel more unsafe than ever. We live in a country where data says progress, but the heart says danger. Maybe it's because we've lived through too many crises of pandemics, protests, politics. Maybe we've lost faith in institutions to tell the truth. Or maybe, after years of chaos, our nerves haven't caught up to calm. If you talk to people on the street, they'll tell you stories, not numbers. A store owner in Cleveland remembers the night his shop was broken into. A mother in Dallas recalls the gunfire near her child's school. A delivery driver in Los Angeles shares how he avoids certain streets after dark. Those experiences shape reality more than any report ever could. Because crime isn't just data, it's emotion. It's fear, memory, trauma, and trust, or the lack of it. And that's something charts can't capture. But there's a hopeful turn. Many cities, from Boston to Denver to Seattle, are using this moment to rebuild that trust. They're not just patrolling. They're partnering, not just enforcing laws. but engaging communities. Nonprofit groups are mentoring teens before gangs can recruit them. Community watch programs are being reimagined to include social workers and mental health experts. Police departments are using data not to predict fear, but to prevent violence. And it's working. Slowly, quietly, it's working. The numbers, the trends, the lived experiences all moving cautiously in the right direction. But maybe the hardest part isn't lowering the crime rate. Maybe it's convincing people to believe in safety again, to believe that things can get better, that the world, though imperfect, can still move toward peace. Because fear, once it takes root, is hard to erase. It lingers in headlines, echoes in conversations, seeps into the way people see strangers. And until we learn to separate what is*true* from what is*cloud*, we'll keep living in a nation afraid of shadows. So tonight, if you walk through your city, whether it's New York, Chicago, or some small town no one ever reports on, look around. You might see broken windows. Yes, but you'll also see lights still shining. You might hear a siren in the distance, but you'll also hear laughter, music, life. Progress doesn't always make noise. Sometimes, it whispers. The data says we're safer than we've been in years. Now it's up to us to feel it, to believe it, and to let truth be louder than fear.